Okay. I thought there was a way to mirror the screen, whatever. That's probably best because if I'm correct, then the cards will show up perfectly. All right. First ever, goodness gracious, first ever YouTube live. We're talking about the full strawberry moon and summer solstice energy, and I'm going to be very brief because I'm tired. First, I have an iPhone and I have an app called Skyview, and I'm going to show you all what I do when it comes to seeing where planets are, because y'all are going to keep trying to tell me that the moon is in Capricorn. I go to my search. I can put in any planet. I'm going to put in the moon. We're going to hit the moon, and then it is going to show me an arrow to help me get to it. There is the moon. Is there any way to make this focus? I'm going to screenshot so you guys can see, okay? Okay. Is it going to show? Y'all, this is my first time, so don't. Can y'all? Oh, there it is. The moon is currently in the constellation of Scorpio. I'm just saying. All right, moving on. I will also be looking at my monitor because my child is sleeping. So, strawberry moon, it's like the strawberry harvest, right? So we're talking about abundance and reaping what you sown and things of such nature. And so it seems the energy is calling us to be very open and receptive to what we are about to receive, right? Because our blessings can be waiting for us, but if we're not open to receiving them, then what good does that do? This moon is also called the blooming moon or the birth moon, okay? So with abundance, we're going to be talking about fertility. It does not mean that you will be getting pregnant. Wrap it up just in case. But it means that you can be fertile in your energy. Empress energy, right? You can just be in a very creative mode, and I don't mean you have to be painting or writing. You're just creating your reality. You're creating your life. You're creating goals. You're creating your world, creating relationships, all of these different creations, because it's an energy, and it has to do with shining your light, which I've posted about, but also that the summer solstice is the longest day of the entire year. Okay, so there's a shift in the energy, and it has to do with the sun's energy. The sun is 111 energy. It's manifestation energy. It's creation. So I have a couple notes just so I don't miss anything, because I'm trying to be brief. So it definitely has to do with revisiting the past to heal it and looking forward and nurturing your future. So I'm going to keep it oracle because I was drawn to these decks. I really like the Living with a Feather Heart because I feel like it helps lay the foundation for what needs to be done in order to embrace whatever the current energy is. So we're going to start with this deck. I could have shuffled ahead of time, but again, impromptu. I offer words of good intent. My words are of good intent. I'm grateful to be a messenger. I'm grateful to be a guide. I'm grateful to be an alignment. with my gifts, my purpose. I ask that all the messages be clear and concise for my collective community, for what they need to know. With this full moon, summer solstice energy, they're saying focus on the full moon. I'm guessing it's similar to when I was reading my own energy. Summer solstice is an event, but it starts an entire season. The one that just flipped out on the floor was I communicate with compassion. And the bottom is I am trustful in all my relationships. So that might have been a specific message for someone. All right. That glare is bothering me, but I just prefer to use my blue light glasses, y'all. As long as I'm getting the messages out, I don't care. So for my collective community, what do we need to know for this full strawberry moon? I keep my own counsel. So we're going to be focusing on taking our own advice, keeping our own confidence, and then trusting that we're doing good. I got to get used to this camera, y'all. You see how she's holding that feather? That's also a synchronicity for me personally, but some things you're going to have to hold close to your chest. Whatever you're creating could be a secret, could be a manifestation you're focused on, or a goal that you're focused on attaining. Keep it to yourself. Not out of selfishness, but out of self-preservation, right? Because people will convince us that they are entitled to access to every part of our lives, every part of us, and that's not true, right? So keeping our own counsel. They want me to get 2 more, and I don't think I'll be reading the book. So it's going to just be off the dome. Oh, and when I was about to get on, I was hearing, I be hearing that whoop-de-whoop, blase blah, he say, she say, oh my God, shut the fuck up. So we're not caring and worrying about what other people have to say. And what's the best way to not give a fuck what people say? To not mention your plans. I'm telling y'all, when I get on live or when I'm reading the collective community, the stuttering happens. It's like sometimes I can tell when it's someone specific, but it is definitely like just a form of interference. Give me the 2 other cards. How can my collective community live with a better heart? Right? Because that's how we're going to bring and invite and accept and receive by keeping a light heart. Give me the other 2, please. I embrace the all. I feel like this is embracing the all of ours. Am I lagging? Embracing the all of ourselves. Realizing that we are already complete, and that is why we are actually, in fact, deserving of the things coming in. I just saw 855. Also, with the current astronomical events, the sun is supposedly completely opposite of the moon. And I think that card is beautiful in the message of embracing every part of yourself. Sun and moon might symbolize opposite forces, opposite energies, negative, positive, feminine, masculine, things like that. And it's important to embrace it all, because honestly, you're never going to fully rid yourself of either side. You're only going to learn to understand yourself and allow the energies to coincide and work for your benefit, to allow the energies to collaborate. No one is all good, no one is all bad. Last card, please. Last card. Last card, please. Thank you. I'm accepting. Beautiful. And there's a synchronicity of that circle. It's like I'm ready to receive. It's like a surrender. It's, that's reminding me of like floating in water. And what do you have to do to float in water? You have to relax. You have to lay still. Be still and know. Just be still and know that I will never leave your side. I will never make you cry. Hey, that's Yolanda Adams. Talk to me. It's been a while since we got together like this, and I really missed you. I feel like this is someone's ancestors coming through, maybe a grandmother. All right, now we're gonna get messages from the universe. Again, keeping it oracle. And then I'll see if I have any specific downloads. See, when these are not so impromptu, I will be sure to fix my lighting and all that stuff y'all like, okay? But for now, we are focused on the message, okay? Look what's on the top. Living with a feather heart, y'all. It is not for them. It is for you. Talking to myself first, as always. Show me the messages from the universe my collective community need at this current time. Allow me to be the mouthpiece. All there is to love has been there all along. What you give will come back. I didn't know that I had one of my animal spirit cards in this deck. This card speaks about letting go. Anything else from this deck from our collective community? Not to speed through it, but I am trying to wrap this up. Oh. Prepare to be astounded. Okay. All there is to love has been there all along. This, to me, leads back to I'm accepting and I embrace the awe of yourself. You are already complete. Anything that you think you are going to go attain or strive to get in regard to yourself, oh, once I get this done, I love myself. Oh, once I get this degree, I love myself. Once I find a husband, I love myself. It's all bullshit, because everything that was meant to be loved within you, you were born with. Back of the card says, when you begin to find love in people and places where you haven't found it before, It's always because you have grown. You so rock. All right. 1444 on my timer. So as you learn to love yourself and others in ways that you couldn't before, you can take that as a telltale sign that you have grown. What you give will come back. Whatever you put out is what you will receive. And I don't mean that in a fear-mongering, karma gonna get your ass kind of way. I mean it in the sense that all the love you gave to others, it's okay to now pour it into yourself. Because that will show the universe, God, however you want to put it, that you are prepared to receive love from others. In my personal experience, that's how it seems to work, right? Because how can we expect someone to love us in a way that we're not yet prepared to love ourselves? Back of the card says, when in doubt, give, let them have it, surrender. What did I say? Make peace. When there's no doubt, give, let them have it, surrender, make peace. Did I make life too easy? P.S. There's no doubt who is number one in my book. Surrender. Make peace with the fact that you are who you are and you will always be that person. Not in the sense that you won't grow or ascend or change, but in the sense that at the core of your being, you were born as who you're meant to be. And you can only ever nurture and embody it. It's not going anywhere. Lots of pink. Prepare to be astounded. Not only will you be astounded by the blessings pouring into your life, you'll be astounded by how different you are, how much you have grown, how differently you respond to triggers that used to take you out of your element, how different and ascended you are in your skills and your gifts and your talents, how you knew things you didn't think that you knew, how you can attract and align with people you had no clue you could align with. Back of the card says, send them love, wish them peace, see them happy, everyone always forever, and prepare to be astounded. P.S. Oh man, and will you ever become a big time manifester? Okay, so when I saw that forgive card, this is the energy I was picking up on. It helps to envision the best in people. Because I think that as humans, we often envision the worst in people. We often think, oh, you hurt me, you're a terrible person. Maybe you're just not meant to be in a romantic relationship with them. Oh, my mother hated me. Maybe she had her own shit going on. It's not an excuse. It's a level of empathy that you can grow to have for others, where you see the highest in them, but not in the sense where you excuse their behavior if it is unhealthy or out of alignment with your life. Okay, you can empathize, forgive, and love from a distance, a great distance even. It's not about excusing the behavior or the person or making excuses or being a ride or die or having to be down, with the struggle or struggle love. None of that. It's about understanding others, understanding yourself, and realizing that everybody has their own shit going on. What are you doing about your shit? What better choices can you make? What stronger boundaries can you maintain? In what ways can you maneuver using what you are actually in control of, which is only yourself? So prepare to be astounded. I love that energy. I'm ready to be astounded. I'm already astounded because the ways in which I have grown and transformed in the past 4 months is wild. Anything else? I feel like some of us are even, and see, this looks like the alchemical symbol for the sun, actually. I feel like some of us are even learning how to be accepting of when we fuck up, when we have made our beds, when we have made decisions that have landed us in positions and circumstances that are not ideal, where we have been the villain, where we have been the bad guy, where we have chosen things and people that were not in alignment with where we're trying to go and get to. We're accepting of the consequences. My dad all my life has always said, consider the cost, 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 and I just saw 2002. Maybe someone born in 2002. Damn, that sounds so weird. Or something happened in 2002. Anyway, you have more control than you think. You just don't think it or believe it because the things you want control of, you don't have control of. You cannot control anyone outside of you. Not your children, not your parents, not your romantic partner, not your boss, not teachers, not peers. You can only control yourself. And so the moment you begin to accept that, the stronger you will become. When I just said that, y'all know I get movies and songs all the time. It was the scene in Romance where he was like, she's never going to come back. And the sooner you let her go. And X was like, let her go? You want me to let my mother go? So maybe someone I'm speaking to or who comes across as has lost their mother or something of the such, or has had a rocky relationship with their father, but he said that with such, he said it with such simplicity that it made no sense. Let my mother go? You want me to let my mother go? But what he was saying as a father was, you're going to have to accept that she's not here with us anymore. Now, obviously the part he was missing was the empathy to put himself in his son's shoes, because he lost his wife, but his son lost his mother. And that's not to compare pain, but at some point you gotta be able to read the room a little bit better, baby. But yeah, I got that. What was I even saying before that? Just being accepting of our circumstances, which I guess that is a good example because obviously her death was out of everyone's control. And so all they could really take control of was themselves. The dad could only take control of, am I going to be a good dad? Am I going to be involved in my son's life? Am I going to show him that I'm here for him? X could really only take control of his life. Am I going to fix my attitude? Am I going to focus on this skating thing? Am I going to buck up and ask this girl out? All those things. We're being accepting of who we are and where we are and why. All right. Last things, as I am nearing 30 minutes, let's get some messages from the animal spirits. I'm going to spit you something off the dome. Right here, could see alone. Julia, you know I never make a fool of you. I want to wrap your legs around my waist. Something in my face. Now that I just saw the fish card. If you know, you know. All right. Grateful to be a guide. Grateful to be a messenger. As I'm laughing and joking, I feel the urge to cry. I'm hearing, have you ever loved somebody so much it makes you cry? Have you ever... Okay, so someone's realizing that the person that was always there for them is the one for them. And they did not, I'm hearing they did not take heed. I don't necessarily feel like this person took advantage, but I just feel like they were ignorant to the truth and the true nature of that connection. I'm getting goosebumps. All right, show me what messages my collective community needs to receive at this time for this full strawberry moon. What messages from the animal spirits does my collective community need at this time? Maybe less. Maybe we do less. I feel like these are for me anyway. I think that's why they came out like that. It's getting a lot easier for me to use discernment and which messages are for me and which are for y'all and which are both. Show me what my collective community needs to know from the animal spirits. I hope I'm audible. I'll get a mic and all that stuff, y'all, I promise. I believe this is the top of the water element in this deck. Why did I hear King Tut? Maybe someone is learning about their ancestry, because aren't whales like old as shit? What does my collective community need to know about this full strawberry moon? Maybe 2 more, since we got 3 from the other decks. That would be significant because we'd have 3, 3, 3. All right. We've got the deer, which in this deck represents the mother, the archetype of the mother, which is the moon. The moon is the mother. And hyena. So we've got 2 moon phases coming out. So pay attention to these moon phases. I believe that is a waning crescent and a first quarter. All right. Let's see, because I don't really feel like using the books. You are so much more mighty than you think. I feel like those around you see you bigger than you could ever imagine yourself. I'm seeing a plankton in my eye. You know, whales eat plankton, but I'm getting that some of my collective community see themselves as plankton, not that they're insignificant or useless in the ecosystem of the ocean, but baby, you're a whale. You have so much. I don't know why I heard the word. I don't know why I heard you have so much more girth. Well, we're going to hope that that refers to personality, okay? Or energy or stature even. But yes, you have so much more going for you than you think or than you believe. And that is why it is so important to begin to conquer the mind, because we're going to have these thoughts either way. But we have to use discernment. We have to decide which thoughts we're going to internalize and which thoughts we're going to act on. Because the thoughts will come. But the power and the control of yourself comes in when you decide. That's bullshit. I'm a fucking whale. I'm a whale. Now let's do something fun. I'll show y'all a little bit about how I live my life. Because I could read the book, but I prefer to go off the dome, and then I like to look up symbolism. Whale symbolism. Initiation and transformation. Peace, wisdom, and longevity. See, I said they be old as shit. They appeared in the ocean around 50 million years ago. So I feel like not only does this speak to your wisdom, but it also speaks to possibly some of you who have been here before. I'm hearing deja vu. I've been here before. You're about to enter into a new era, is what I'm hearing. Which is interesting because I just read that they appeared 50 million years ago. And we're always talking about like phases and eras of history, like dinosaurs. So you're about to enter into an entirely new era. And don't be afraid. Don't run away from this. I feel like something that is coming into your life is going to be extremely transformative, but it's going to be very scary. Can you imagine a deer seeing a whale? Or just like the difference in size and scale? Deer are very, I'm hearing the word skittish, but they will pause in the light. And with the summer solstice symbolizing the light, don't get caught in freeze mode. Don't stand still. I'm hearing you must stand, nothing left. Stand by Donnie McClurkin. I'm getting a lot of gospel messages, so that could be significant for someone or someone's ancestor. Maybe, I mean, this is the mother. Maybe someone's grandmother was big on God, baby, big on God. But this is definitely nurturing energy. I mean, it's fertile energy. And what did we already speak about? So when it comes to realizing your true grandiosity, and let's be clear, we're not speaking about narcissism, we're speaking about confidence, an embracing of our personal power, which is not to be compared or summed up against anyone else's power, right? Because that's control, that's manipulation, that's hierarchy. We're talking about our own personal journey. It's time to do something different. So we've got water and earth energy. You are going to have to learn how to survive both on land and in water. You are going to be put in some circumstances, some settings that you're unfamiliar with, and you're going to have to adapt. I saw more than once online this news article about a tribe, I think in Indonesia, where they have adapted to their ways of life, and they now have some type of gene that allows them to be underwater for hours at a time. It has something to do with the size of their spleen. God, can you imagine the size of the organs of a whale? But their spleen is larger, which it said allowed them to have more red blood cells for oxygen. I'd be on my nerdy shit sometimes, y'all, but it was very interesting, and I got that because you're going to be thrown, I'm hearing, into the fire for the sake of your own transformation. And you are going to be required to have patience with yourself and your circumstances and enough, I'm tired of hearing that word, girl, y'all, enough gumption to say, I can do this. I am worthy and I am capable and I am prepared. Because what did that card say? Prepared to be astounded, baby. Okay? All right, the hyena. I know this card speaks about wit and humor. Obviously, I'm very silly. But I'm initially getting the message that you need to capitalize on your talents and what you enjoy. Some of you may really enjoy making people laugh. You may need to do something with that, whether it's content creation or stand-up or open mic nights. I just saw 3333. 333 is an energy of Jupiter. Today is Thursday. Thursday is ruled by the planet Jupiter. And 333 is the energy of new growth. So there may be an area of your life that you have neglected that you're meant to grow in. I'm also dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Was that the song from Lion King when Scar was... He said, be prepared. I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up. That's wild. That is what he said, right? Be prepared. That's wild. And because what I was going to say when I saw Lion King in my eye was like, they were his little minions until they wisened up and began to make their own decisions. You have to take control and take the wheel of your own life. But that's wild that that song said, be prepared. That's wild. Okay. And that's fire energy. I just said you might be thrown into the fire for sake of your own transformation. And even though this is earth energy, I get a lot of water coming off this card, obviously, because as I said, this is the card of the mother, the feminine, and Cancer is the mother, and the moon rules Cancer. Wow. They said get one more animal spirit because I'm about to hop up on here. Last animal spirit for my community collective. Thank you for the messages. Oh, that tripped me out because I had seen. Where did I just see 1133 at? Because it is 1103. Are some of y'all singers? So now we've got every element out here. We've got some air. I was wondering where the air was. Now we've got a card of every element. And it definitely looks like this bird is standing on a full moon. Whether or not that was the intention for the depiction, I don't know. But that's what it looks like. It almost looks like the nightingale is standing on the full moon singing to the sun. And what do we talk about? The sun and the moon. You might be seeing a lot of birds. Birds might be visiting you at this time. Or you might just be hearing a lot of bird chatter. I heard sing your praises. So maybe you're meant to sing your own praises or someone will be singing your praises. I heard there's more on this card. Well, the blue is calling to me. That's the throat chakra. Maybe someone was a part of a musical or you're watching one because now I'm getting like Broadway. I heard there's a Broadway singer that needs your help. Okay, I don't know if a Broadway singer is going to watch my video, but if you need help, my information will be in the description box. I'm getting you felt like you were sinking, but you were really flourishing. You were really learning that, what's the word? That habitat. I'm hearing dark side of the moon. And I know it's true. You got me walking on the moon. What is that? The Dream Throwback? I feel like that was on my MySpace page. That's wild. You got me walking on the moon. I can't make this shit up. Interesting. I just give the messages as they come. I also, okay, I just heard, What movie was that? Oh, that was Enchanted. But when I looked at this card just now, I got Shrek. when the birds were singing with Fiona and then they burst and she had eggs for breakfast. So that's an interesting message. Don't overdo it. Or maybe there's a singer here that can really hit them high notes. Don't be shy about it. Okay, don't be shy. Because now I'm looking at this card as holding back. Keep your own counsel, yes, but follow your own intuition. Don't hold yourself back from the light. Don't minimize yourself. Don't let imposter syndrome keep you in freeze mode. I don't know why they're telling me to look up 411. Maybe you're watching this and you've been seeing 411 a lot. I just get the messages and deliver them, and I follow directions. 411 is associated with the energies of ambition, inner wisdom, and spiritual alignment. It suggests that you are on the right path. Means hope is on the horizon. This number is full of positive energy, balance, and the promise of new beginnings. Well, we spoke about new beginnings. That's the solstice. Also, a cute little synchronicity they threw in there for me. I was watching Southpaw earlier. And you know his name is Billy Hope, so. And when he came back, you know, they were saying basically like hope is restored. Indicates you're on the right path toward fulfilling your life's purpose. So if you watch this and you have a little inkling that something might be your calling or your purpose, you would be correct. Yeah, that's about it. I wish everybody well. Always do your own research. Look up the numbers you've been seeing. Look up the synchronicities. Look up your dreams. Check out my services. Book anything you feel called to book. I am here to help and assist as I help and assist myself. Okay, anything I ever say, I'm saying to myself first. But I truly hope these messages, I know these messages will reach who they're meant to reach. I'm just grateful to be a messenger and be a mouthpiece. And I wish everyone a very happy summer and peace be.